So the topic of this video in which I will be talking about is time. You must be wondering why the title of this video is not time management and just time. Because I will be talking about all aspects of the time. First of all, what is time? We have to understand what is time because by this only we will understand what actually time management is. Time is not physical, means you might be thinking the time what I'm talking about. Time is not physical, it is physical. No, it's not. Time is relative to a person, relative to a situation. Like when you feel very happy, then the time passes very fast. When you feel very sad or you have a negative emotions coming out of your brain or anything negative is happening with you the time goes very slowly. Just like when you are made to sit on a hot plate, then the time will pass very slowly. 1 second will look like it is 1 year. Like suppose you exercise, then and when you are exercising, then the time will pass on very slowly. It will pass very slowly. Now what actually is happening? While you are happy, time is passing very fastly, and while you are sad, the time is passing very fast. Now what is this phenomena? If with me you are able to understand what actually this phenomena is, then we will be able to manage our time, because that is the ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal is also beyond it. Means it is not only that with the time, we just want to manage the time, but there are many other things. Now for me personally, how do I manage time? Me personally, I'm not able to manage time. Why? Because time is flying like this and nothing is happening. So what I did was what generally we can do. So means first of all, time management is what we want these all the tasks to happen in this particular amount of time. In this day, for this time we will do this, and this time we will do this. Then we want certain things to happen, certain tasks to get completed. Now first of all, we have to learn from someone who is the master of completing tasks and who is a master of works, of all the works that one can do, one can imagine to do for one day. Your mother. Yes, I am right. Definitely the mother. You please, you see that how much your mother is working each day, and she is able to do that much work each day. We are unable to do that work, that much amount of work in our own field. Means like you may say that her work is easy because it is physical and not mental. Like I have to study and I have to do all those things which require mental, means mental stiffness, and that is a mental work. Mental work is more tough than physical work. Physical, just like you have to wash the utensils, you have to cook food. These all are the things that you think is physical, so they are easy. Most of you think, not all. Who that person won't think who actually does these things, because in those things more mental power is required, because you have to get out of your bed and do all those things. Mental stiffness is required here. You won't get up to wash those utensils, you won't be able to get up to cook that food. You will think I should cook food in the morning and till evening or till the night I will be able to, I will eat that food only. This would be your thinking. Now what type of thinking is this? This is the same kind of thinking that you are having, but not your mother. Have you ever tried to understand what is the case? How is this all happening? There is a simple answer. This all is happening because she is programmed to do that. She doesn't have a choice. She is doing this work from her childhood. So she's practiced to do all these tasks in one day. Means like you are studying for 2 hours, 3 hours, or whatever your field work, in whichever field you are doing that work till 2 hours, 3 hours, like study. Let's take the example of study. But if you ask your mother Means not in all the cases, but in majority of the cases, she won't be able to study for 2 hours or 3 hours. Why? Because she is trained to do those works that she is already doing, not those works that you are saying her to do. She won't be able most of the times because you are doing this thing of studying from since a very long time. So you are trained and you have a vast practice of that thing to do. So similar cases with her. So what do we understand by this? That any imaginable thing that I will do this much amount of work in one day, that will happen if you are trained and practiced in that particular thing too much. Years went by and you're still focused and still you are doing the same thing, same practice, same training again and again. That will that will make you achieve the excellence in that particular thing. And here only comes the time management, right? You, by watching your mother, you can learn many things about how to do the work, how to do the task, and also you will learn how to she doesn't have a choice. Because if we are offered a choice between rest and work, our mind will automatically choose the rest and not the work. But she is not offered a choice. You have to cook food for these many people, so you have to wash these many clothes. She is not offered a choice, so she has to do that much amount of work in one day. Because if she will also have a choice, she will also rest. You have to make your mind, or you have to program your mind like you don't have a choice. You have to do that. Now, let me tell you one thing. Let's see the hacks and the easy ways of this. You don't have a choice and you have to do something else in order to make this happen, but that something else will be something that you are able to do. You're not able to do hard work, leave it. See something, go for something else by which you will be able to do that work, not by hard work. Hard work is just a way, it is not the sole thing to do a particular thing. You can do a particular thing with the hard work or smart work or by interest work, and best among these all three is interest work. Please, can you give me just a 1 second or 2 seconds? I want to fix the charger. So, where was I? Time management. So now question arises, how do we manage our time? Means the tasks we have, we are able to do all the tasks, still the time is remaining. In this time we should do this thing, and in this time we should do, or we should be able to do this thing. How will that happen? Me personally, what I do, I just watch at the time and I make a task that from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock I will do this work. Now if I'm not able to do that work, means I've started but it has took, means the expectations were this much but the work level is this much, means the amount of work that I've done is this much. Then what is the reason that I've done in 4 hours? I thought of doing this much amount of work, but actually I've done only this much amount of work. What is the actual reason? The reason is somewhere. I was talking about hacks. The reason is I'm not working hard because there is a reason, and reason, with reasons comes hacks. You have to find that hack. You have to find your interest work, because if there is interest work, then you can over deliver in those 4 hours. But the the quantity of your work is this much, and if it was your interest work, it would be more than the level you thought you expected. Because you can take the example again, the example of phone. In 5 hours you have seen so many videos and so many things you have done, so many things you have watched. You can explain each one of them each one of them you can explain means you have gained that much amount of knowledge. It may be useless, it may be useless knowledge, but you have gained. In that there is a particular kind of interest. So again the pinpoint comes to the word interest work. If you find that, your time will be automatically managed, because that is the ultimate, but we can say it is the ultimatum. If you find that interest work, everything will be a butterscotch for you. Everything you will be able to do easily. So you have to find your interest work that will only manage your time, because there won't come a time when you are not doing that particular thing that in which you are interested in. You will be doing that again and again. You have to search for it. Already the 5 years have gone in which you have found out the interest work that you have invested to find your interest work, and the time is managed. So the topic was time. Now what more things can be? It's 11 minutes. It will be going till 15. So what are more things by which we can manage our time? Because we have learned this thing now, it won't happen that our time will be managed now. Now what are the other things to do? Have you heard about the rule? It is 30, means you have to manage your time, like you have to take rests also for 5 minutes, and 25 minutes you will be working. Like that time it can be managed. For 25 minutes you are working very hard, then you are taking a break of 5 minutes. I have heard it somewhere, but again I think that this is not effective. Practically our mind is not made for it. If it would have been the best case, then our mind automatically would have this function, or the god would automatically have set this function in our mind. But it is not, because the major thing is you have to get lost while doing that work. When you get lost while doing that work, you won't see the 25 minutes have passed, or 1 hour has passed, or 2 hours or 3 hours or 5 or 10 hours have passed. You are just lost in doing that thing because you are so much interested in doing that particular thing that your time means you will be able to produce so much content, so much quantity of the work. Quality will come if the quantity is there. You have to focus on quantity, you have to focus on interest work, that your all the tasks will be fulfilled, and there will be no question of managing the time, because in one day you have produced so much of quantity of the work along with the quality that will come in near future, definitely. So thank you for listening to this video.